Casper. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. I'm going to show you, start off the live with some finished products. I think that's a better way to show this off. So these are some finished boards. Today we're going to be watching some shaping. This is the night graphic on a punk point. We've got the funky 8-bit football here with the classic Life graphic. We've got a popsicle here, the classic knife, Life knife. Real quick here, I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so we don't get disturbed. And I'm going to go ahead and share this on Facebook while I'm here. So, Life knife. Everybody likes that. When we do our lino block prints, we can usually do this. We can do this fade for you on them. So that's an option on the graphics if you go to lifeskateboard.com. All right, we got another one here. That's a Josh Garrels collab popsicle. Here we've got another popsicle with the healed bruise graphic on it. Another fade there. Really fun, unique fade on that one. It's a twin with 2 Dewey graphics on there. Football with the hands graphic on there. While we're doing this, check out that deep concave. Isn't that rad? All right. We've got a big knucklehead here with a really pretty sturgeon graphic on it. It's really nice. And another big knuckle. That one's a little hard to see on camera. It's black on black. We've got a stinger here with the dovetailed snake graphic. Really like that. All right, so now I showed you some finished products. I'm going to put these away here, and we're going to hop in the other room, and we're going to get to shaping. So here at Life Skateboards, we do everything in-house. We press the boards, we glue the boards by hand. We do the shapes, we apply the graphics. That way we have control over every step of the process, and we can ensure high quality end product. Whew. These boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. We're doing things a little bit differently here than the general industry does, as far as rolling by hand to ensure you get full glue coverage on every ply inside of your deck. Long press and cure times, deep concave, and hand applied lino block graphics to ensure that there is no stress applied to the board. What's up, Hassan? Thanks for hopping on here. And this is my 3rd monetized live, guys. So if you guys enjoy the stream, want to support it, you can always buy supers on there. Not much. Oh, I didn't know I was going to get addressed like that today, but here we are. All right, so real quick here, got a little bit to touch up. Let me go get the compressor hose real quick to air this bladder up. Can you grab that hose for me? Here. All right, compressor hose. So this piece of equipment has an air bladder in it. And we're good to go. Here, more, can you, Ooh, scary. Ooh. So, all right, let me just do a little walk through the shop here. I do not know that person. Sorry, and if that's music, I'm sorry about that as well. So here at Life Skateboards, we glue everything by hand right here. I had a little project I was working on. We press them here. They're in the press for 24 hours, and they cure for a week before Sam gets one of these uncuts here. This is what it looks like coming out of the press. He puts the truck holes in on this drill press, and then attaches one of these templates to that through the truck holes. And then he takes that template and runs it along this bearing here, and this router bit cuts out the shape. Once he cuts out the shape, I get a deck that looks like this, where the edge is in at 90 to the concave, and that's what I got to do. So you're going to be watching me shape today. I've got 4 boards to do. First step here is bring the edge to a 90 with the concave on the belt sander. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and remember, you can always buy supers. I'm going to throw my respirator on, and we'll work through these. And don't forget, if you enjoy what you're watching, hit that subscribe button for me. Not much, bud. So that brought the edge to a 90 with the concave. So now the edge router will be able to round that off. Before I take it to the edge router, so XYZ popsicles are $70, and then shapes go up from there. If you want to go to lifeskateboard.com, you can check out all of our prices and get exactly what you want. I gotta get a little bit of epoxy off the nose here. Alright, I'll drag you guys over here so you can see the edge router working. Doop. Thank you, Casper's Keeper. Now the edge is round, but it's not clean, so we're going to bring it over here and clean it up a little bit more. But first I'm going to clean this off a little bit, just like your grip tape. Cleaned off, and we will go ahead and clean up the sides, bottom, and nose and tail. more step before the orbital, and then I'll be able to look at the chat, answer questions, and all that fun stuff. It's going all right, Sunnyland. Thanks for hopping in here. Pop this respirator off. And the last step before we apply graphics here is to finish it with 150 on the orbital. Whew. This just cleans up the edges, gets any excess glue, things like that off of there, and then gets it we do the 150 so that the ink will stay on there. Whew. Nice middle ground. All right. So this next week I'm going to be taking a trip. So those of you that have been expecting consistent lives, unfortunately I'm going to be gone. But you can look forward to full video. I'm going to be taking a trip out to Castle Dam to go visit Bam Margera with my buddy Luke. We're going to make a full video of the trip. I'm going to post it on YouTube, and then when I get back, I should be going to go pick up a veneer order. So all of my lives will have a ton. All of my lives will have a ton of pressing on all of them, since I'll have the veneer to press everything again. We're pretty well stocked up, but it's going to be nice to load up all the veneer. I don't know anything about the job you're doing, less about that sport. Jesse? Well, I'm sorry. You can always skateboard. Skateboarding's forever. So right now I'm making a handcrafted skateboard. We pressed it ourselves. Thank you, Jesse. We pride ourselves in having a stronger, longer-lasting deck and more customization than most outfits. Hey, thank you, Sam. Sam is the owner and operator of Life Skateboards. Big thank you to Sam. Great boss, great dude. Everybody send Sam some healing thoughts. He's recovering from a surgery right now that hopefully means he's going to be able to skate with me when he heals up. I'm excited about that. What's up, Skate Clips? If you're new, this is Life Skateboards, my handcraft skateboards. So Life Skateboards, obviously, and you can get one of your own right there. I'm so excited to skate with you, Sam. So excited. The website is lifeskateboards.com. Rocco's from Virginia. Thanks for tuning in all the way from there. We're over here in New Palestine, Indiana. Sorry if I'm having to yell at you guys. I'm trying to talk over the orbital. Yeah, we offer over 77 shapes on the website. And if you head over to the Instagram, if you head over to Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram, there's a few shapes that we don't have on the website that you're definitely going to want. So we came out with a 13.2, a 14.6, just some absolutely massive boards with really good concave. Here's the template for one of them. I mean, gigantic. But the eggs are really fun. Check them out. And if you go there, I pinned it to the top of my Instagram so you can find it easy, but it's pretty easy to find there. We don't sell to skate shops in Australia, but we do ship all over the world. So if you go to our website, and international shipping is a flat rate, so I'd suggest ordering with some friends. We might lose something on shipping, but selling several boards always helps us out anyway. So it's a win. Evens itself out. You and your friends get a little break on that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to hear that, Roscoe. Well, hopefully you get to enjoy some skateboarding adjacent stuff in recovery. Hope they fix that for you someday. So now that the top and bottom are all sanded down and free of excess glue, I'm going to clean up the rails, the nose and tail. They're back. So the process that you're watching here is a little different. I sure hope you do. There you go. Create two skate. So the process you're going to watch here is a little bit different than the factory boards or the boards you're going to see generally on the wall. We have a little bit more of a focus on quality over quantity here at Life Skateboarding. Probably not. I mean, it'll support your weight, but a standard is 7 plies. We offer a 6 ply for a little bit lighter. 5 would be a little bit too much flex, I think, unless you're working with some non-wood materials. We do all wood construction here because we're just damn good at it. You can't find 7.5s because that's just what they were used to then. It's just the way that people skate now. 7.5s used less material and they could sell them to you for the same price. But if you don't want my opinion on that, it's just because people like big boards. We could make you a 7.5 if you want one. Just go through the website, go through the contact information on there and talk to my boss, Sam. I'm sure he'll work that out with you. He works out customs, and we do boards all the way down to 7.75. But I think it's just, I mean, it's supply and demand. So people like big boards now. And yes, this is a big board, but we make everything. So I'm not really sure about Mini Logo, but it's a little early in the live to be catching this rant, but kind of triggered something here. So when it comes to asking about brands, it just depends on the manufacturer, because a lot of brands that people remember have changed manufacturers, changed the manufacturing process, or people just not cared about who the manufacturer was to begin with. So a big manufacturer that made subpar boards, but was a lot of big names, did just go out of business earlier this year, I think. That was Dwindle. I'm not sure if Dwindle did Mini Logo. I know we have like Mini Logo bearings and stuff like that, so maybe. You ride an 8.88. Of course we have something similar. Yeah, check out our knucklehead. We've got an 8.88 knucklehead. We can do anything. Go to our website at lifeskateboard.com. Check it out. Yep, they dwindled, didn't they, Sam? But check it out. For sure, David. Glad you asked the right questions. Depending on my mood, I sometimes get into a heavy industry rant. And it didn't start today. I had some bad pains this morning, so I'm a little tired. But I'm going to continue doing the live and finish things out. What do we use for a top coat? Polyurethane clear coat. This one's a big one. This one's 10.5 inches wide. Thank you. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, but we're not. You can get a company that's made right here in the U.S., right here in Indiana, where the maple doesn't get shipped all the way to China to be pressed and then stored in a warehouse and then to a skate shop and then to your feet. We just make it and send it to your feet. May logo wasn't Dwindle. Skate One. They do have their own Chinese wood shop. Sam, thank you for the correction, because on the Powell website it says that the flight decks are made at Skate One and all the price points are made with their partner in China. So thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Sam, if you guys don't know, Samuel Cook in the comments there is the owner of the company. So anything he says on there is going to answer it. Tell me your desire. My desire is for you to care about what I'm working on and not what I look like. Thank you. I'm gonna not even say what I'm referring to in the comments there, and then just pull a couple templates out here, and I'll let you make some decisions on what I think. So we've had a couple shapes here for a while. These are just templates. They look like this, and they look like this. Same nose and tail, tapers out at the center. Tell me what I think. I think it's a very smart shape. That's what I think. I think it's a smart shape, and they got a great idea from some really cool board company. Casper's Keeper got to the person before I could. That's so nice. Listen, guys, if you're concerned about the way I look and not the things I'm doing, you're not here for the right reasons. So, thank you. Anyway, thank you. I just ranted in your little oasis. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Sonny. Do we use Milwaukee tools? No. So this is a DeWalt because we put a lot of pressure on this in ways that it's gonna be pretty heavy on it. So this doesn't last too long. After we get through several hundred boards, we're gonna have to replace it. But it is connected to a Festool vacuum right here. Got a grizzly knife buffer here. What's this? Leeson? Oh, we got all kinds of stuff in here. No, not Milwaukee. We don't stain the maple. We get it from our veneer supplier stain. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. What size do I skate? So I skate a board that I intentionally designed to prove a point that popsicles aren't necessary. That would be this one. So when you say what size do I ride, I think it goes down to like 8, and it goes to 10.5, and it goes to 9, and all kinds of stuff. Make freestyle shapes. Go to lifeskateboard.com and check out what shapes we have. Thank you. Here's a nice little football symmetrical thing. get to the next two, we'll take them two at a time. Hey, thank you, GT. Yes, JJ, we make all kinds of things. Like I said, if you go to lifeskateboard.com, you can find all that out for yourself, and you can order it from right there. If you go to the popsicle section, it's going to have all your popsicle shapes, and then you go to shaped, it's going to have all your shaped boards. Thanks, Jesse. I don't care. I literally don't care, Scrappy. So guys, I'm here sharing my work with you. I don't really care what any of you guys think of how I look, anything like that. But I am going to make comments on it because some people do care what people think of how they look. So maybe if I reach the people that are just being assholes to somebody that it doesn't matter to for no reason, maybe it'll stop them from being assholes to people that it does matter to. You know what I mean? I try that logic. I'm just a little hole on the internet. I'm trying to make things work. Anyway. You know it. Nicholas, if you've got a shape that you'd like us to make, you can contact us through the contact information on the website and ask us to make one, and we'll make it for you. Comments on this live are not official requests for a shape. You're gonna have to buy that. But yeah, we can do that. We have done that. I don't know what you mean by freestyle shape. Let's see. You could take our egg twin and have us razor top and square the edges on it for you and get yourself some moonshine wheels, because that's what I have on my freestyle board. Let's see. You could also take one of our small twins and do the same thing. I'm looking at templates while I'm answering this question, by the way. But yeah, pretty much anything for freestyle, I'd say. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, but if you do need a different shape that's not on our website, you just contact through the contact information on the website and ask for a custom. Yeah, I agree with you, Clippy. I'll send one shape to you in Brazil for the low price of a Life skateboard. I'm going to get back to working here. And don't forget, guys, if you'd like to support the stream, you can always buy supers. 1 second here. I gotta go grab myself a drink real quick. Here's the website. Take that down, go to it, share this, subscribe, buy some supers, all that fun stuff. And then when I get back, I'm gonna hit this on the orbital, and we're gonna go through those two all the way through, doing both on the orbital. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Be right back. Oh, where's my water? I like my eggs fried. Whew. Sorry guys, Casper's Keeper's out there, so I could like see what you guys were saying and all that. Thought it would be funny to answer from out there. I don't need this. Oh, they weren't even asking me. Dang it. They were asking each other. That was a good group question though. Good job, Clippy. Thanks for keeping everybody engaged. Ooh. I'm excited for this trip, I can tell you that. Yeah, guys, listen to Casper's Keeper right there. If you like what you're watching and you have the ability to, you buy supers from me. It helps push that income. I think I'm about 800 hours away from watch ads for income. We'll see how that goes. I'm leaving in the morning for I'm alright, Clark. Thank you. Alright, that's funny. I'm happy to see you though. Here's the snake. Hi there, Carrie. Thanks for popping in here. There we go. Remember guys, concern about the skateboard. No, it's not. No. We got a snake here. I'd like to take it up, around, wrap it around my throat and down my back, and then spider web on this side. Both of them came from skateboarding, so I chose to put them right in the front. That's just my choice. Always here, always visible, and I'm still doing what I love. So, thank you, Nope. Thank you. Yeah, I absolutely love this. Trying to keep it well. Thank you. We're really proud of all of our options we have. And what's crazy is there's more options than are actually listed on the website. So pretty much every board you can have a square top the edge. You can change your wheelbase on everything. You can get real funky with your twins. So I've seen a twin butter knife before. That's wildly unfunctional, but pretty fun. But yeah, thank you so much for pointing that out. And Brian, I'm doing all right. Trying to keep the grind going. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break for possibly a week next week when I go to Pennsylvania. So just trying to knock some stuff out before I go. Oh, all right, guys. We got 2 more to push through the process, and I think I'm just gonna rush these 2 through. By rush, I mean I'm just gonna go ahead and take them both through at the same time. Wow, yeah, dude. I didn't realize this was really an option either. It's very different because usually when you walk into a skate shop, you go pick something out that somebody else made for you. Here, we're gonna make what you want. You know what I mean? Thank you, Brian. But all right, I'm gonna throw this mask on. I'm gonna take these two boards through, and then when I take the respirator off on the orbital, I'll be able to answer any more questions. Thank you, Zeke. I appreciate you. I'm coming to Pennsylvania to go to Castle Bam, so maybe I might be up there. We'll see. Thank you. like Casper's Keeper said, don't forget, guys, you can support the stream by buying supers. Helps me out a lot. I haven't even reached that threshold yet, so excited to see what I got to do when that happens. One moment here, I gotta go check something with Casper's Keeper, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, and I'm back. Charles says, get some heads-up glasses. Well, if you guys buy some supers, maybe I can afford to do that. So if you guys don't realize, I've done all of my work as far as social media, YouTube, and any video that I've made directly from a phone. I work with very little resources because that's what I got. I'm just happy to be able to make videos and things like that. Editing is really fun for me, and talking to you guys is very fun for me too. Don't worry, we got bigger ones. I promise. Thank you, Smile. Yeah, you should check out our boards. Hold on a second. Let's take a tour. Casper's Keeper, I'm coming. Small tour. I gotta turn a light on because I got a couple boards to grab to show you guys that we just released. Hey, can you grab the boards out of the back there for me and bring them into the shaping room? Thank you. The popsicles are $70 and the shapes go up from there. If you'd like to check, just go to lifeskateboard.com right there. But she's on her way back with some gigantic boards that we do have for sale, and the instructions to buy those are on our Instagram. They're not on the website yet. So if you go to Life Skateboards 1010, make sure you follow there, and then let me think. I need to tell Sam to pin that to the top of his profile, but I did pin the instructions post to the top of my page, and that's Stranger Casper on Instagram. Hey, there you go, Alex. So what you're going to be watching, I did just take these two through these last two through several of the steps already, so you're going to be watching me clean them up on this step, clean them up a little bit more over here on the Mac wheel, and then get them ready for graphics over here. But before I end the live today, I will do a small tour of the shop, head over to the studio, show you guys what's up over there. But I'm just trying to show you guys these big boards. Thank you very much. All right, so big boards. Look at these things. So these are available through the instructions on the Life Skateboards Instagram. Let's check how big this thing is real quick. We've got 13.6 right at the dead center. Truck bed, dead at 13. Let's check this bigger one here. This one is 14.25 and 14. Gigantic. And this is the one that I've had set up. I also have another pan head set up. Really fun to skate. I posted a video over on Instagram. This one's 14.6. Gigantic. And check out this concave. Look at that. Wheel flares all the way to the edge. Real deep concave. So deep, in fact, it helps with wheel bite. This thing is fun. Surprisingly easy to skate and really fun to skate. All right, I'm going to take these back out there because I'm going to bring these with me to Pennsylvania because I think Bam is going to have fun on some gigantic boards for no reason. And then we'll get to finishing these boards up, give you guys a tour, and we're out of here. So there are the gigantic boards, and yes, I should have those glasses because I'd rather talk to you guys. Do we make them? Yes, we do. Yeah, of course. You can order these. It's a flat rate shipping for international, so order with some friends. Save you some money on that. But yes, we do make them. So this is a stack of curing uncuts right here. This is the new monster mold, 15 inches wide. So if you go to Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram, there's a post with instructions on how to order them. And if you go to my Instagram, that's Stranger Casper. I pinned that post to the top of my account to make it easier to find. You just got to go to the website, type something into the end there. So if you want a custom, go to the website and contact my boss, Sam, through the email and contact information there. And he'd be able to work out customs with you. As far as graphics, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. Graphics are a big deal for us. The industry generally uses heat transfers. We're very against heat transfers. It doesn't make much logical sense to push a board through a hot roller to apply a melted plastic graphic. That's just why pass the damage on to the customer. So what we do is we commission local artists to hand carve relief images. It's kind of like a big stamp. And then we roll the ink on them, slap it on there, and use a hard braille roller to transfer that ink. If you go back to some of my lives, I've done that live on here. The big board, unfortunately, is not on that website. Let me think. That one was the Mega Twin XL. There was a post for that. And then there was the Panhead XXXL. checking right here for you because I happen to have them. We've got the Mega Twin. So we got the Mega Twin, the Mega Egg, or the Mega Egg, Mega Egg. What is that called? Mega Roll. That's what it's called. Panhead XXL. XX. So I'm very sorry I want to clarify this. We have a Panhead XL, we have a Panhead XXL, we have a Panhead XXXL, and we have a Panhead Quadruple XL. They just keep getting bigger. So let me show you those. We've got, here's the template for the Panhead, right here. This is not a board, this is a template. 9.1 width. You got your large Panhead here. Little bit bigger. You got your XL Panhead right here. And we've got our XXL Panhead right here. This got really confusing and turned into a tongue twister out of nowhere, and I didn't mean for that to happen. So those are all of our old shapes that we had listed, and now we have this monster. Look at that thing. That's gigantic. Right? We're just going to keep adding X's. Pretty soon, the board's going to be wider than it is long. All right. Now back to what you're here for, board making. The one that I had set up, or the one that I just had? The one that I had set up was pretty fun. It just straight up circle, perfect circle. Okay, sweet. So the one that I had was that one was the Mega Roll XL, the one that was 14.6. That one's awesome. Yeah, try that one out. Thank you, Casper's Keeper. All right, guys, I'm going to get through this here. It's getting a little late for me. I got to get my tires changed at 8 in the morning, and then I'm heading straight from there to Bam's house. Of course, Jake, I hope you get one of the big ones. The 13-inch sloppy trucks work great with those. You still have a 775? We can make you a 775. Don't you worry. I skate with a lot. That's a good question. I'm gonna measure this my signature shape off camera and tell you all the different widths. I think that'll be fun. All right. We start off on the nose with 7, down to 6 3/4, up to 9 1/2, down to 875, up to 9 1/2, back down to 875, and 8.5 on the tail. That's what I skate. I made that shape intentionally to prove that popsicles aren't necessary. I like to prove annoying points. All right. Through the Mac wheel, and then onto the orbital where I can answer any questions that you guys have, talk to you guys, all that fun shit. Hey, Casper's keeper, can you come in here? I'm hoping she heard that. All right, now we're on to the orbital for these last two here. If you have any questions, now's a good time to ask. I'm just finishing these two boards up, and then I'm going to do a little tour of the shop, and then we're calling it a day. When Casper's keeper comes in here, step out for a second. Hi, Gina. Thanks for tuning in. I was supposed to be at a Coheed and Cambria show tonight, but I had what I can only assume was an ulcer flare-up this morning. I didn't want to really push that too much. 1 second here, guys. That's a great question. So all of our boards come out of the same mold. So I'm sorry, that was very incorrect. All of our boards come out of molds for width, not shape. So these are all going to come out of our 9-inch and under mold. So that would be most of our popsicles, our twins, Stinger, pretty much anything under about 925 is going to be out of that one. And we offer mellow for that one because we have a mellow mold for that. And then we've got our boards that are bigger than that, up to 11.75, and we offer those in a long and just a normal wheelbase. And then our monsters come out of a different one. So it's really the wheelbase and width that are determined by the mold, not the shape. If that makes sense. I wasn't sure if I explained that very well. I'm very tired today. Go home and get some sleep. That's it. I gotta go home and pack. Get some sleep. And get the road. Awesome, dude. Dreamland makes some amazing skate parks. I'd love to get out there and check that out one day. Who knows? Maybe this channel will grow to the point where I can fund trips and pay my bills off. That would be rad. You can get a life board so you got something floating out there. Hey, good luck, man. I can't wait to see. Hear what you do with it. That's awesome. I had to check real close for the spelling because you got me once before. I was like, holy shit, Jeff Kendall's in here, but it's Kendall, not Jeff Kendall. But yeah, I'm going to honestly look that up when I'm done with the live here. That sounds rad. I'm pretty sure if it's not you, it was someone else with the name spelled the same way and thought that it was genuinely Jeff Kendall in my chat here, and I was like, dude, but it's not. It's just another really cool guy with a very similar name. You're pretty cool if you're hopping in my chat to tell me about skate parks. Thank you. This one I believe is natural at 14, but let me double check for you. I might be off a little bit. Nope, dead on at 14 inches. But you can always choose your wheelbase at Life Skateboards. But this is our twin. We've got it in the 8.1, at 8.6, and a 9.1, and then we also have the egg twin. Same exact nose and tail, but the center tapers out to a little bit past this width here. Pretty red stained bottom veneer. Woo. And we got one more. Another real pretty bottom veneer. I like these faded reds. They look really nice. I appreciate it. And remember, you can always get this work at lifeskateboards.com. And if you really like what I'm doing here and you want to support the channel, you can buy supers. Once I hit that $100, I can pull that out, I guess. I've never reached the threshold yet, so. One super has been bought on this time today. Excess glue on this one here. slide there. So that is a great question there, Meredith. And I will go ahead and stop as soon as I'm done with this tape line here. I'll show you. We have template layups, or I'm sorry, template uncuts. So for each of those molds, we've got one of these things cut. So we place that on top of there, put a bunch together, and drill through it. Plenty of them. There's a 15-inch wheelbase, smaller wheelbase. Just kind of using other templates to make that work. What's up, Mel? Hey, everybody. Mel's not only just a local amazing human being here in Indianapolis, but an amazing musician as well and artist. Yeah, check him out. I don't know. Do you have your music on your YouTube, Mel? Everybody in here should go check that out. Whew. If you support me, you better support my homies. Contest next Sunday in Columbus, Mel. If you want to get down there and have some fun, I'm hoping to get back in town to make it. There we go. And I assume, you know what, Mel, just plug yourself in my chat right now, please. I'm gonna just plug yourself. Everything that Mel says there, because I don't want to say anything wrong as far as what platforms to go where. But Mel's been a great friend, local at Major Taylor Skate Parks for a very long time with me. Every time that I go see him at the park now, it's run and go give him a hug, say hi. Loves running into you, dude. It's a shame it's been so far and few between when we run into each other. Yeah, it's next Sunday. It should be fun. Now that the top and bottom of this is sanded, we're going to go ahead and clean up the edge, and then I'm going to give you a little tour of the shop, show you the studio, and then I'm out of here. Go pack up, get some sleep, and get to Pennsylvania. This is the 7 ply. Yeah, I hope I get to run into you soon at Majors too, man. I just don't find myself making it out there very often anymore. Since I'm taking care of LP, I love the community out there, so I always try to check on them, and then it's too late to go to Majors, but I'm gonna have to make plans to go to Majors a lot more when I get back from Pennsylvania. right, I'm going to stack these together here. And I am done working for the day, so the rest is just me showing you guys stuff. So all these shapes you've been seeing around here, those are templates, not the boards. Those are what the shapes get cut out with. Here are all the pressed layups curing. Here are some boards in the press. Those are under pressure for 24 hours before we pull them out of the press. Here's some of our veneer. We're getting a veneer order in. I believe I'm putting that together and sorting that I believe I'm sorting that when I get back from Pennsylvania. And then it's going to be lots of lives, lots of boards being made, lots of stuff. If you're watching the last live, here's that material for me to play with when I get back. Okay. You're not the first person to say that, and I don't see it. That's the thing. I don't see it. Like, I wouldn't be insulted in any way, shape, or form by the comparison, but I don't see it. Is it just the nose ring? But I genuinely, you're not the first one to say that. Oh, real quick. Here's some concrete presses. Those are from Fickle. We use those every once in a while. Casper's Keeper, could I get a key, please? We're going to walk through the dark, guys. Don't get scared. I'll hold your hand. Have a key?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's a good way.
Go away. Come with me. All right, we're taking a walk through the dark, guys. Don't get scared. Please don't get scared. The light's going to get smaller. There's someone following me. Shit. Oh, I know her. Never mind. Sorry, guys. It's real dark. And it's outside. Look at that. That's how far away we are. Alrighty. Find the right key here. Wrong key. Two keys that look exactly the same are hard to distinguish in the dark. Alright. Now we're going to the studio. I'm showing you guys how boards get. Don't be scared. It's okay. I'll hold your hand. We're getting back in the light. It's okay, guys. The light is here. Whew, that was scary. I was getting scared too. Oh. Alright. So real quickly before I end this live here today, I'm going to just show you what we use to apply graphics. I'd say probably it would hold up to it. So we offer a 7-ply. Our 7-ply boards are significantly stronger than factory boards. We do offer an 8-ply though. That one would be pretty difficult to break. I've seen cars parked on those things. I'm not saying if you went and tried to break a board, you couldn't do it. I'm just saying it'd be very difficult to break. The 8-ply boards are insanely strong. So we apply our graphics here at Life Skateboards with hand-carved lino blocks. The weight on the 7, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be different for every board shape because there's different amounts of material on it. Maybe someday I should just have a scale next to me and show you guys. But so I'm going to talk about graphics for a second here. The majority of the industry uses heat transfer graphics, and while that's an easy way to mass produce a photorealistic image, it damages the deck in the process. You have to push that board through a 200 to 300 degree roller. I said 2 the other day and got corrected on 3. I'm going to err on smaller. 200 is still pretty ridiculous. So we want to make sure that when you get your board, there's no added stress to it. So we apply our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. These are hand-carved relief images, kind of like a big stamp. Ben Blakely carved a lot of these. What's cool is that YouTube flips the image, so these are actually backwards, but you guys are able to see them forward. We've got plenty of them. Got this little cute Tweety bird thingy. This sturgeon is pretty popular. Nice, pretty fish. Thank you, Nate. And just so you're aware, this process is very different than factory. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my graphic and my favorite graphic. So this was a graphic that was made for me by Ben Blakely for my signature shape. It's a little scarecrow with Casper the Ghost ripping out of his throat while he does a boneless Christ error. Because when he made that graphic, I had just figured out boneless Christ errors and I thought they were fun. And the Lori graphic. This is one that you always see on my boards as well as my signature graphic. This is Lori, my rescue dog. You guys, some of my lives, you see me playing with her. She's the best. This is the 8-stair at our local park that we found her at. She was dumped at the park. I cleaned that park, so I showed up at 6 in the morning and she was left there with rancid food and a kennel too small for her, and we weren't living in a position to be able to take her in, but we changed her whole lives to take her in because she was just too amazing. And now she's here with us forever. She's at home waiting on me right now, so I better get home to her. But you can get her on a skateboard. All you got to do is put, I want the Lori graphic in the notes. I love it. It makes me happy to see people skating boards with my dogs on it. Sorry. No, don't be sad. It's a very sad story. She was dumped there. She was extremely dehydrated. It's actually a pretty good story. So, it was adorable. I pulled up in my Jeep to clean, opened my door, and she just hopped right in and just hung out with me immediately. I was sitting at the park because I assumed I didn't have time for a dog. That was a moth. I was trying to find her a home, and she was just attached to me, and I was attached to her. We took her home for a few days under the impression that our lease said that we could have animals. We then had our landlord backtrack on that, and I was in love with her. So we weren't in the financial position to be able to move, but we did everything we could, and at the very last second, we found the only place without breed restrictions that we could afford. Pre-sales on that graphic helped me out a lot being able to move, and a lot of people helped buy things off of her wish list, donated money to make sure that they helped get her surgery, just making sure that she got a good start on life with us. And now she's with us forever, and I love her. Her name's Lori, named after Lawrence Skate Park. Yeah, it's awesome. But we named her Lori after the park. Her graphic has the board in it. We do have a lot of designs. Is there one? Cool. Yeah, no, I usually let them sleep in here. That's why I did this. So I tattooed this on here because I really like spiders, and I can't sleep if I can't hear the little of their legs in my ears. So if you guys saw one, can you just tell them to get back in there for me? She's a German Shepherd mix for sure. And sorry, these blocks they're made out of lino cut material. I'm not really sure what that's called. Let me grab a piece that's not cut. Yeah, it's just called easy to cut lino. Yep. Pretty simple. Easy to cut lino. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. Get home. Thank you, bud. It does. It's so there's like that pink material you can use, and this is a lot thicker and a lot more sturdy, so it doesn't flop all over the place. This will slide around on stuff. That's why it's a little hard to print on concave. That's your give and take between the pink stuff and this stuff. Thank you guys, and don't forget, like On the Rise just said, if you guys want to keep watching this, subscribe for me. Don't forget to hit that button. I think I'm hitting the right spot right now. Have a great day. Get a life. Get a butter bar. I'm going to go hang out with Bam Margera. Hopefully you guys get to see a lot of that. Bye-bye.